first came to St. Priscilla's, I was very fortunate because Johnny Smith had been there. Although he was very sick at the time and not able to do anything, he did a great job in letting it all stand out in good, proper ways. So it was no job to try and turn things around. Everything was going in the right direction. I went to St. Priscilla's because of Johnny Smith and the fact that I was going to be my last appointment before I was allowed to resign. So I was very happy there. I inherited a great staff, and that staff helped me through the whole 9 years. We did some building there with the help of the parishioners, who really cooperated with it in every way, shape, and form. We had a great year, and in the year that we built, and the other years were good too. Good teachers in the religious education department. We never had to worry about having teachers. There were enough volunteers. It was just a great situation, and I had enjoyed every minute of it for 9 years. And I still look back, and I still have many friends here that I see frequently. So I'm a very lucky man, and I recognize that fact that God has blessed me in many ways, and you're all a part of my blessing. I want to thank everybody here today. Most of you who know me from those years, and I was very happy with you, and I want to thank you for those many blessings that you were to me. Thank you.
Father Ray, how were you first assigned to St. Priscilla? When did you come?
Well, I came here officially, my assignment started October 1, 1989. And at the time, I left St. Christine's Parish in Detroit, and I was looking for a new parish. And a deacon friend of mine, Deacon Bill Waldman, told me that a new pastor here at St. Priscilla's was looking for a deacon. And so I called Father Kevin O'Brien, and we agreed to meet, and we met for lunch, and we talked. And after lunch, he says, "I'd love to have you as a deacon." And I said, "I'd love to be here as a deacon." And so that's how I got started. And my wife and I came here, and I was the first permanent deacon to be at St. Priscilla's Parish. And the people welcomed me with open arms, and I've always had a special love for the people here because they welcomed me, they supported me, and it is them, it is the people here that made the parish.
So can you share some of your most vivid memories of St. Priscilla with us?
My most vivid memories are the people of St. Priscilla. The two good pastors I had, Father Kevin O'Brien, Father Ray Buchan, along with the staff here, past parish secretaries, and so many wonderful people that helped here and were involved in many of the programs. And of course, the passion play that I brought over from St. Christine's when I came, and the support that the people gave me, and how they supported the play, as well as our Catholic Men's Fellowship group here, which is very successful and still continuing to this day. Our church program here, and so many other wonderful programs that I was involved in at St. Priscilla's, and the good people here for their support, their prayers, and their encouragement for me in my ministry helped me become a much, much better deacon.
And are you still out at Brighton? What parish are you at out there?
I'm at St. Joseph's Parish in Howell, Michigan.
Oh, in Howell, okay.
Yeah, I've been there, since 2004. Left here January 1st, 2004, and I started there in the fall, October 2000.
The words of Father Ray Buchan on the celebration of our 50th anniversary. St. Priscilla is a wonderful parish where its members are willing to try new things. Many don't realize how huge this dynamic is for parish life. For example, when the program Christ Renews His Parish was enacted by the Parish Pastoral Council, it was embraced wholeheartedly and truly made for a stronger faith life of the entire community. I am very proud of how we helped one another grow in our faith. The music program took a huge step forward while I was at St. Priscilla's. A full-time choir director brought together a choir that became quite accomplished. Flute and violin were added to organ and piano for a more robust sound. Parishioners began to sing better and to praise God, not only with their presence, but also their voices. Music is such an integral part of our Sunday worship, and I think we used our resources wisely when we placed an emphasis on improving this area of parish life. The religious education program also tried new ways to share the light of faith, increasing the number of hours of learning for our children, beginning the Children's Liturgy of the Word, experimenting with family education events, and adding religious education classes for special needs persons were new things I helped bring to the parish. Along with 7 other priests, I applied for assignment to St. Priscilla Parish and was the one chosen. I remember being on a winter retreat in Idaho when I found out by email that I was chosen and was so excited. I strapped on a pair of snowshoes and went outside and spelled out St. Priscilla in the 2 feet of snow that lay on the mountainside of the retreat center. I also remember the Sunday where 17 parishioners showed up with their chainsaws, and we cut up 2 enormous poplar trees on Purlingbrook Street that needed to be taken down. The parish saved a lot of money that day, and the men got to use their chainsaws, which guys always like to do. There was no Sunday football that day because of a strike in the NFL. I think that's why so many showed up. An active St. Vincent de Paul Society is also something the parish thought important, and that made me proud. Everyone donated food to stock the pantry shelves, and we helped so many families. Giving 7% of parish income to the Parish St. Vincent de Paul Conference also enabled the parish to perform many other corporal works of mercy. Father Kevin O'Brien strengthened the parish SVDP, the Society of St. Vincent de Paul, with his guidance and leadership, and I just stayed out of the way and let them blossom. I am grateful to the parish for letting me share my ministry with the soldiers of the U.S. Army Reserve. When my military police unit was activated in 2002 for 1 year of duty in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, all of the soldiers felt the warmth and love of St. Priscilla Parish. St. Priscilla parishioners sent so many care packages to my unit that the soldiers began calling me Father Santa as I distributed the items to them. In 2005, I volunteered 2 years of my life to serve soldiers in Afghanistan and Iraq. And it was very hard to say goodbye to people I had grown to love and think of as my family. The years I spent at St. Priscilla were some of the best of my life, and I continue to be grateful for your example of faith, hope, and charity.
How you came to be assigned?
That's a good question. I had just been reassigned to Catholic Central in 1999, and I'd come from Canada, where I'd been in a parish there in Owen Sound. And Father Ray Buchan had been my friend for many years, going back to St. Valentine's. And so I checked out where he was at and asked him if he needed any help. He said, "Oh, we'd love to have you." So that's how I started. It's been 12 years now that I've been at St. Priscilla's.
And what were your initial impressions of the parish in '99?
I thought it was a very warm parish right from the very beginning. The people here are just very friendly. You know, when you come to church on Sunday, it's one of the noisiest churches around. And that's just because the people are doing what they should be doing. Jesus is gathering the people, and so they're greeting each other, and there's sort of this warm welcoming going on. And so it's nice to see that. I remember having one lady in Canada telling me, "Father, isn't it a shame the way people don't respect the Blessed Sacrament? They come in talking and stuff." And I said, "No, it's fantastic. That's what they're supposed to be doing, as they recognize Christ in each other, in the gathering. And so that's what they should be doing."
And what changes have you seen in St. Priscilla?
Oh my goodness, well, starting with pastors. Father Ray was here, then he wasn't here, then he was here again, then he wasn't here again. And finally he basically resigned when he was appointed for the 3rd time, I think, to Afghanistan as a chaplain. And then we had Father Jim McNulty came in, and he put his stamp on the parish. I thought he was very, very effective pastor. And now we have Father Theo. So this is actually my third pastor at St. Priscilla since I've been here.
Now, you've taught for many years at Catholic Central.
Yes.
In '99, you were reassigned there from Canada. Did many young men from St. Priscilla go to Catholic Central?
Well, we have a number of alumni that are in the parish that are lectors and ushers and so on like that. And there are, over the years, there have been a number that have gone. But as we've moved now out to Novi and are serving kind of the very far northwest part of the Archdiocese of Detroit, and actually serve in the Diocese of Lansing because we get a lot of kids from Brighton and stuff. I think that there are less and less coming from Livonia. So I don't see as many Catholic Central sweaters and stuff here.
Yeah. Can you tell us something more about the Basilian presence here at St. Priscilla over the years, Father Wheeler?
Yes, the Basilian presence has been here for a number of years because I don't know what year Father John Whitley, who was, I think, vice principal at the time at Catholic Central, when he started coming and helping here, but I know it was for a number of years, and many of the parishioners still remember him from back in the 70s and 80s, I think. So we've been around, and we have a special attachment to St. Priscilla. It's one of our parishes that we keep close to our heart.
Well, we feel blessed to have you. Thank you.
On the night he was betrayed, he took bread and gave you thanks and praise. He broke the bread, gave it to his disciples, and said, "Take this, all of you, and eat it. This is my body, which will be given up for you."
How did you come to be assigned to St. Priscilla?
Well, I was at St. Michael's, which is my home parish, and Father Ray was going to be going to Iraq, and so he asked me if I'd come over and help him with Father Scherzer to kind of hold down the fort till he got back. And even though that didn't work out that way, Father Scherzer got sick. That was how I got here, and I liked it when I got here. Stayed.
First impression of St. Priscilla when you arrived?
The people were very nice and very welcoming, and Father Jim came and started building up a new team, and I think he did a great job of putting people together that work well together, and it's been a great experience. People have been very generous, and it's just a wonderful bunch to work with. I really enjoy it.
How would you sum up the St. Priscilla community during your years here?
Well, I think they're what struck me about them is they're such a generous community. They take care of not only the church, but they take care of the people in the community. They're very good with their time and with their resources. And I think that when you reach out to the poor, that you are just good people, and they've done a great job of that. Plus, they get along together very well, and there's not a lot of politics. People just are good people here, and I really admired them. That's why I stayed this long.
Would you like to share a brief story about St. Priscilla, perhaps some peak experiences or memories from your time here?
Yeah, I've had some great moments here. First of all, I'm a spiritual advisor for the St. Vincent de Paul group here, and they do a wonderful job. I think this parish is very unique in that they take 7% of everything that comes in, and they care for the people in the community, whether they're Catholic or not, and they help people who are struggling. When I first got here, we had a gift session that had to do with helping the poor, and I had an idea because I'd been to Haiti when I was earlier in my career, and I said, well, why don't we see if we can build a house for Haiti? So we built a little house and put it in the back of church, and I talked at all the masses one week, and we put it out for a month, and at the end of that month we had raised $26,000, which was enough to build 10 houses. And so that very much impressed me about the people here. how generous they are without a lot of prodding. Just give them the opportunity and they act on their own. So,
Any thoughts you'd like to add?
well, I'm very happy to have Father Theo with us. We've had some great shepherds here and some great priests, and Father Jim did a wonderful job, and I'm very excited about Father Theo coming. I think he's a great, good man and a prayerful man and a holy man, and I think he's going to be wonderful to work with here at St. Priscilla's.
Father, will you tell us a little bit about how you came to be assigned to St. Priscilla?
Well, Pat, I had no intention of taking up a parish this year. Then there was a sudden change, death of Father Michael Kaiser from St. Edith, made the parish vacant, and Father Jim McNulty from St. Priscilla's was asked to take up St. Edith. And then this was vacant. And then one of my local superior, Father Paul from St. Valentine, called me and said, there is a small parish which is vacant, would you like to take up? Then I got the letter from the bishop too, as every priest receives a letter when there is a vacancy. So I said, I will try. Then, I spoke to Father McLaury, and I said, if you all want me to take up, I am ready. So that's what immediately next day I get the reply that you are selected to be the pastor of St. Priscilla's.
And I know you came at a very busy time. What were your first impressions of St. Priscilla?
Well, when I said I will take up, I wanted to know where is St. Priscilla's and how is the parish. So one morning, I think that is the last, or the first Sunday or the last Sunday, I don't remember, November first week. I just came to St. Priscilla's for 9 o'clock Mass. Nobody realized that I just came to see how it is. And my first impression was really a good one, because I was welcomed by the ushers and with their smiling faces. And then I saw the congregation, good participation, good singing, and the liturgy was really good. And after the Mass, I saw people, meeting each other, greeting. It made me a good impression on me. And I thought maybe God wants me here at St. Priscilla's more than St. John Newman. So I decided, yes, I will take up this parish.
Oh, well, we were blessed with your coming. What are some of the things you like best about St. Priscilla?
I feel St. Priscilla's is a partying parish. They like to parties. And I have seen few parties here, and they are great. People are so generous in their time, giving time for the church, generous in sharing their resources, even finance. So this parish, I felt, is very good, and people are really good. And they feel at home here, whoever comes for weekend masses. This was the impression I got from some of my friends who came for the first time to St. Priscilla's, and afterwards they said, oh, you are in a better place, and people are really good, and they are so, homily, all this they told me. So I feel something good about it. Yeah.
Now, what vision do you have? What direction do you see St. Priscilla going in?
As I said, my vision in the beginning when on my installation day or later when I was, officially welcomed to this parish, I said my vision is the vision of my founder, to make everyone a Christian, a good Christian and an apostle. And I strive to go on that line. So I have brought few changes. Maybe some may not like those changes, but I see, especially in the religious formation, that children should know more about Jesus, about faith, and also have increased the catechism classes and the change of catechism from weekday to Sunday. So that will help in my vision, I am sure.
I think so. Is there anything else you'd like to add, Father?
I'm so happy to be here. I'm going to complete a year in December, and I look forward to continue to serve the community at St. Priscilla's, and I I accept my parishioners or my brothers and sisters to cooperate so that we go ahead.